Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room. Today, we will find Port Prosper or die trying. The latter is more likely, but first, let's take a look at Mr. Menagerie. A tattered poster by the station advertises the services of a Mr. Menagerie, purveyor of fine scouts. An accompanying picture displays a tall, cloaked figure, slightly stooped, clutching an array of adorable little bats, or beasts, close to its long chest. Visit Mr. Menagerie. The cloaked figure looks up as you approach. Its garnet-hued eyes gleam from the darkness of its hood. Scouts, it rasps hopefully, its voice like a cleaver on a whetstone. We trade scouts for things and stories. It leans closer to you. We're leaving soon. Oh no, I can't purchase a scout. I lack the stories. Condemned experiment, goodness. Well, it's 2 savage secrets and 2 visions of the heavens. Goodness. Searing enigma. I have a moment of inspiration. And I need a condemned experiment. Well, we acquire nothing, and Mr. Menagerie will move on to another port. Mr. Menagerie nods its head. We are moving elsewhere soon, but we will leave a note saying where we have gone. We will have more things to show and stories to tell. It turns away, humming an eerie tune to itself as it gathers up its things for the next leg of its journey. A note from Mr. Menagerie. The poster at the station has been torn down, and there is no sign of Mr. Menagerie itself. Cowled figures lurk in the fog, but none have a collection of adorable little beasts. The station master waves you over. Mr. Menagerie has left a note for you. Read the note. Somewhere old, somewhere new. We go to the Regent's obelisk, which you have made into a gaudy amusement. Alright. Oh, I should probably repair the locomotive, huh? Nope, can't do that. Whoops. Let's see, can I buy more supplies? No. No, I cannot. Perhaps I can sell some verdant seeds. Let's try that. Okay. To Port Prosper. Somewhere northeast, I hope. That's what they said, right? Fastidious Inspector. Northeast, yeah. Well, here's hoping. Maybe it's like real far north. I mean, I didn't have much luck the last time I went north real far. Maybe that's what you gotta do. Guys are quiet and calm. Why are the Tackety Scouts always in such bad shape? What's up with that? here off east. Like, for whatever reason, I've aligned myself with them, but they always seem real rough. Some salvage. We got some supplies. That's good. We need them for scouting. A cold and flinty part of the sky. Miners dug too deeply. Also have to find the Regent's obelisk. Granted, I am no closer to being able to purchase a fancy scout. Would be good to know where it's at. Anything? Barcelar's Folly. Intriguing. No. Let's mourn the dead. We are not quite skilled enough to be scavenging. This whole stretch is real bad. Maybe to the memorial and then that upper right hand pass. Maybe that's the key. We can only hope. Just chugging along. These long stretches of nothing do a pretty fair bit for the game's feel. Right, when you're well stocked and out exploring, there's a bit of apprehension about what might be around the next bend. And then, as your supplies dwindles, it's a race to get back to civilization. And all those just quiet moments up in the sky. It's good. I enjoy it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that about this game, but it's a good one. Is this new territory? Is that a spider web in the background? I don't think I want to be here anymore. Your scout returns. What has it found? Hopefully, Port Prosper. But I don't think that's what that checkmark was. Well, I hear something happening. Does not bode well. What's over here? A classic engagement. we're gonna leave you to your thing. Good luck. The bridge's clock chimes twice quickly. This close to Isambard line, time is devious. Where are we? There's a port. Is it Port Prosper? It is! We found it! Mornington Aberthat Span. I am legitimately surprised. Queen's Cross Station. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London, divided into an affluent West End and an impecunious East. Queen's Cross is a busy station, crowded with engines that have arrived through the nearby transit relay from Albion. Let us deliver, the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up at a clock tower that is being raised above the station. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and the cries of workmen. The inspector will depart. Be sure you've held any conversation with her that you wish to. You will receive fuel and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your hold before accepting. Excellent. A satisfied customer. Thank you. It's been like a full week. We have not been able to find this place. Thank you, Captain. Here is the balance of our agreement, and as promised, a requisition order for fuel and supplies. She casts another glance at the incomplete clock tower. Given the apparent state of construction, I'd recommend you visit the worksite. There may be an opportunity there. Excellent. We have delivered the inspector. Finally. 3 fuel, 3 supplies, 100 sovereigns, 60 experience. And finally, a job well done. They plan to call it the Albert Clock in the memory of the departed prince consort, but there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished, and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector up among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. If we already had stuff, we could just... Neat. Ask the horse foreman what they need. Bronzewood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. 1 consignment. They sell it at Trader's Wood and Polmere and Plenty's, I hear. And a gourd of chorister nectar, too. This bunch of worksheet ingrates need constant shouting at, and my voice is giving up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again like a champion. Carolyn's your best bet there, or Titania, the flower town. We'll pay, like. If you can purchase the necessary goods and return them to Port Prosper, you'll make a tidy profit. Be warned, the materials aren't cheap, and they'll occupy space in your hold. Okay. I probably should have selected take your leave. There's a whole lot going on. We can just explore, offer transport to settlers, recruit the incautious... Well, we've got a driver. I think we're good. Recruit the incognito princess. Perched atop a mountain of luggage is a radiant young woman. The parsimonious chairman's offices. Ask about the Albion transit relay or a new clock tower. I don't have the stuff for that. Let's explore and write a port report. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her renewed majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East End workers file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. The factories continue to belch out smoke, while over the bridge, hopeful crowds gather outside the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade, at a respectable distance from their chaperones. There was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Alright, let's attend a parade. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons and varying degrees of vivisection. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" We can mingle with the West Enders. The hats, the crinoline, the starch that gleams on the mustaches. You're sure you'll fit right in. Mingle with the East Enders. Lurking in the tents or manning the stalls in the side streets or scowling at the passing gentry, they seem more your level. Or fraternize with everyone. Skyfarers are not limited by the rigid social structures of Port Prosper, though neither are they beloved for it. Minerva's ambition is wealth, so I think she'd mingle with the West Enders. A lady in a jacked bodice with bone sleeves looks you up and down. "What do you think, Mildred?" A murmur of assent runs through the crowd of starched and coarse-headed ladies. A gentleman adjusts his mustache. "Yes, you'll do." Alarming. You spend the day with some of the self-described notables of Port Prosper. You eat roast chestnuts, sip glasses of Greyfields, all the way from old London, and even participate in a riding, charging through the narrow streets pursued by several braying fellows and a dragon. You are tolerated by the prosperous West Enders. The air is humid and moist. The Agbanon spring is being drained in preparation for the season. The devils of Carillon claim to be experts in the assessment and improvement of the soul. They would describe yours as sickly, cloying, and unappetizingly crawling. That doesn't sound good. Is the soul supposed to be appetizing? Yes. Okay. What going on at the bazaar? Ministry approved literature. I could buy a whole bunch of it. I don't know why I would though. Nelson's Emporium. Get just a whole bunch of hours. I think I need 2 more things of hours, don't I? Sell 1 of each by 2 hours. I'm pretty sure I need to deliver 3 unrefined hours to somebody. Let's see. Let's offer some transport to settlers. Explorers, adventurers, and pioneers gather here, freshly arrived from Albion, all awaiting transport further into the Reach. I'd appreciate it if you took me to Trader's Wood. I'm in the mood for a spot of sport. His handshake is firm to the point of rudeness. He leans in close. My time is precious, you understand. We are the wrong train for you, my friend. My time is precious, you understand. I'd appreciate if you got me there as quick as you can. You shan't go unrewarded for the effort. Alright. The incognito princess. Perched atop a mountain of luggage is a radiant young woman. She's an officer dressed in what an actor would wear in a fantastical romance. A tiara rests on her brow. A steady stream of commoners comes to pay homage, bowing and curtsying enthusiastically. Starlings circle in dense Starlings circle in dense swarms above her, refugees from old London and a common sight, although not in such numbers. She ignores everything, and hands you papers so pristine that they can only be forged. Well, I need 100 sovereigns. I have 12. So perhaps not. What about the parsimonious chairman's offices? The offices of the Windward Company on Port Prosper are elegantly appointed, if antiquated. Paintings of old London adorn the walls. The parsimonious chairman has work for ruthless captains. He sits behind his imported mahogany desk, a decanter of brandy at his left hand, and a series of neatly stacked reports at his right. A fire has been lit in the cavernous hearth. It is too warm. Let's listen to the chairman's offer. He pours the brandy into 2 glasses, then produces a ruler to measure the amounts. To business, he smiles, revealing the extensive damage to his teeth. I was a pugilist back in London, a young man's game. He stands at the window, watching the starlight bathe the sloping streets of Prosper. This place exists because of constant work, from the politicians who planned it to the pioneers who built it, to the soldiers who even today defend it from the Tacketies. We have need of more such work. Bring me nameplates from Tackety engines. We keep lists. You will be rewarded. Interesting. Well, our ambition is wealth. Let's do it. They're always in such rough shape. He refills your glasses. Cheers. Your glasses clink as another wash of heat comes from the hearth. I'm glad that there are those in the Reach dedicated to our vision. All right. And the Albion Transit Relay. The Albion Transit Relay lies in a cul-de-sac close to the Port Prosper dock. There, locomotives can secure passage to the far-off territories of Albion, where London lies. Let's inquire about passage. A garrulous captain is delighted to have an excuse to talk. I'm happy to help, comrade. Happy to help. They point down the docks. There you are. Keep going past the port. You can't miss it. If you've good eyes, you might even be able to see it from here. Passage ain't free, mind. You can travel first class if you have a ministry stamp permit, or you can bring a couple of barrels hours to travel second class. Intriguing. Well, we have a new destination, Traitor's Wood. And again, I'm pretty sure these hours have to go somewhere. I don't know where, though. I think we have to drop by New Winchester to pick up the other one. So, next on Sunless Skies, The Life and Times of Captain Minerva, a multi-part season, remarkably. We search the skies for Traitor's Wood. Hopefully we find it far sooner than we did Port Prosper. But until then, I've been Atticus. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.